Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, we're doing part 6 of our How to Motivate business class. In other words, today we've moved on from basic vocabulary. We're going to be working on key expressions that you can use when talking about your motivation at work, specifically when you're making small talk with people. That's a bit about the class. Here's a bit about me. I'm Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. Here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up, which means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so that we can keep the classroom quiet. Tune in to the new words that you're learning when you are speaking so I can give you feedback and correct you. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And that is a little bit about me. Now what I'm going to do is open up an activity which I wanted to give you for homework, but time was a little bit limited. So I think what we're going to do is start the class with our homework, actually, and then we'll move on from there. I think we can do this. So let me just see if I can open the material. All right, we're going to start there, I think. First, let's say hello to Abraham. How are you, Abraham?
Hello. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm all right, pretty good. So far, it's pretty quiet out there.
Yes, I'm the only one.
That's really strange. There's usually 9 people in the class. Well, oh, here we go. We got Jason. Some people are joining us right now. Okay, so I sent a message to everyone. I gave you the link to our presentation from yesterday. We're going to be doing that in just a minute. But I created a homework, and it was so late that I didn't send it because I thought you probably wouldn't have time to do it. But it's short enough that we might be able to begin the class with it today, okay? So why don't we start with that? Let's take a quick look. So this is homework number 2, making small talk. When you do these homeworks, if you try it on your own, remember the answers are always on the last page. You can see them here. They're always on the last page. So, oops. You can always do them on your own and just bring your questions to class. But for today, we're going to start it as an introduction. Notice on the top left, you've got some of the key expressions that we've been learning so far that we listened to yesterday. Let me just take a quick look. Make sure that I'm not wrong about this. Yesterday we read the advice about small talk, about socializing in a work context, not in a work, in a social context at work. And we were listening, yeah, we did the listening yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we listened to the conversations, and then we had to put the key expressions into order. So we've actually done this. That's right. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is start with those key expressions here. Okay, so we're going to read through this conversation and see if we can take the same expressions we looked at yesterday and just put them back into the conversation. All right? So Abraham, can you just read through the expressions on the top left side of the box? Let's just see what expressions we need to use. You read the ones on the left, Jason, you read the ones on the right. Okay, Abraham?
Okay. Would you like to meet?
Keep going.
Let's say I email you a map. In France, won't you? I suggest we meet too. Responding so quickly.
Okay. I suggest.
I suggest.
Right. So the stress is on the second syllable. Not suggest, but suggest.
Okay.
And also responding.
Responding.
Right. Not re, but r.
Or responding.
I'm still hearing re. Say responding.
Responding.
Yeah, it's a r. It's a very soft vowel. R.
Responding.
Okay, so
Okay.
these are part of the expressions, the key expressions. You'll see them in context. These are some words taken out from the key expressions. Jason, continue on the right side. Could you read those for us?
Yes. Uh, uh, I wonder if you would.
If you'd.
If you'd.
That's right.
Can you tell me how? Let me know where. See you. I'm calling about. Whatever's best.
Whatever's best. Okay. So, everything makes sense so far? No questions about that? Yeah? We're cool?
Yes.
We're cool. Okay. When I say we're cool, you say cool. Cool? Cool. All right. Okay. So I'll tell you what. Jason and Abraham, you were here first. Okay. So let's start with the two of you on the left side, from 1 to, looks like 1 to 5. Okay, and then Yuki will bring you in on the right side. But let's start with Jason and Abraham first. Abraham, why don't you read Pierre? Jason, why don't you read Shamir? And then we'll add Yuki, and maybe someone else will join us. Okay, go ahead, Abraham. Start us off.
Good morning. This is Pierre Jude.
Joe, I guess.
Joey. One moment. I'm calling about the email I sent you last week in response to your inquiry.
Enquiry.
Inquiry.
Okay, sounds good. Keep going. Keep going, Jason.
Oh yes, thanks for responding so quickly.
Thanks for responding so quickly. Okay, sounds good so far. Abraham?
I don't know.
Well, you read it like this. Blank had time, so you can read it like that while you're thinking. Blank.
Okay. Blank had time to look at the brochure I sent you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do you think?
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see if Yuki can help us out. What do you think, Yuki?
I think I wondered if you'd had time to look at the brochure I sent you.
Yeah, I think so. I wondered if you had time. Makes sense? Makes sense, Abraham?
Yes, it's good.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
Yes, it looks very interesting. Blank, discuss things further.
Discuss.
Discuss.
Right, not discuss, but discuss. That's it. Okay, and back to Abraham. Oh, wait. What did you say? You said blank. So what do you think, Jason?
I don't know.
Give an educated guess. Remember, go ahead, yeah.
Whatever's best. Discuss things further. No.
It doesn't sound right, does it? In number 3, right? I wondered if you'd had time to look, right? I wondered if.
Okay.
It's kind of conditional. So here they're using kind of polite and conditional language, and they're making suggestions. They're both asking politely and making suggestions, right? So keep that in mind for number 4.
Let's say discuss. No.
Almost. Almost.
Was. Let me know where this. No.
Almost.
I suggest.
Yes, I suggest we meet to discuss.
I suggest we meet to discuss things further.
Yeah, I suggest we meet to discuss things further. And Abraham, continue.
That would be fine. When would you like to meet?
When would you like to meet? Okay. Okay, Yuki, let's bring you in here for Shamir.
I think that. How about me? あれ
So you wanted to say how about next Wednesday? Is
How
that
about next? No.
Right. But it's not one of our choices, though.
Yes, another.
So something similar. It's the
Another
same
one.
meaning.
Another option.
Yep. There is something there that means how about. There is something there that means exactly that.
Next. Can you? See you? No.
No. What's another way to say, I have a suggestion? What's another way to suggest something hypothetical? Besides, I suggest. What else could you say besides I say? You could say, I suggest we meet next Wednesday. You could say that. You could say, how about next Wednesday? What other way could...
Would you like to meet?
Would you like to meet next Wednesday? Well, it
No.
does fit. It does fit, but there's a shorter way to say it. Class, any other suggestions for Yuki?
Let's say.
Let's say next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Let's say next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Right? It means the same as how about. Clear? Okay.
Clear.
And Jason, why don't you take Pierre for the moment? We'll alternate between you and Abraham. So Jason, take 7 for us. Shamir said, let's say next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. What do you say to that, Jason?
Fine. I email you map for you.
Well, that could happen a little later, but first you just have to agree that that's a good time. So first you're agreeing that is good time. So what expression could you say that basically means I agree with you? Basically. Those are not the words you're going to use, but that's the idea. I agree with you. You know, do it at the time that is convenient for you. That kind of thing. What do you think? If you want to make yourself available and you want to be really polite, you allow the person to meet when that person is able to do it. You don't impose on them, right? You don't impose on them. So which expression is the one that shows that you agree and you're not imposing your time on them? You want their time, their convenient time, to be the thing they choose. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, but I didn't see any expression on the left which can be connected to the...
Take a look on the right side. Look at the expressions only on the right side.
Fine. On the right side, fine.
I mean, what I'm saying is the right side of the vocabulary box.
Yes.
Look at those. Yeah. Which one of those do you think would be a good choice?
Fine, whatever is best for you.
Exactly. Exactly. Whatever's best for you. In other words, at your convenience. Okay. We're back to Yuki for 8.
8, yeah?
Yeah.
You'll be traveling. You'll be traveling in from France, won't you?
I agree. You'll be traveling in from France, won't you? And Abraham, why don't you continue with Pierre? Oh, look, we got all kinds of people. I didn't even see you come in. I see Giuseppe and Leo. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. All right, we're just doing a kind of review. This was something we did a while ago. So this is just sort of a review exercise when you're making arrangements. Okay, everyone? So we're going to get started with the main unit in just a minute. Okay? So welcome, Leo, and welcome, Giuseppe. Sorry, go ahead, Abraham.
That's right. I'm planning to drive and stay overnight in Bilbao.
Mm-hmm.
I email you a map I get to your office. It's not really right.
No, because this guy is the one who needs the map. He's not going to send the map, right? He needs the map. So he's asking a question, isn't he?
Can I tell you how I get to your office?
Can you tell me?
Tell me, okay. I just can't read.
Yeah, say it again. Can you?
Can you tell me how I get to your office?
I think that sounds pretty good to me. I don't know why the word can is in lowercase. It should be uppercase. It should be capital C. But anyway, yeah, it sounds good. Can you tell me how I get to your office? Okay? And what does Shamir says, Yuki? What does Shamir say, Yuki?
Samir, are you familiar with Bilbao? Petty, not lady.
Samir. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. Jason, that was you. Pierre says.
Not really.
Good. Back to you, Yuki.
Samir, yeah. And let me know where you are staying. And
remember, he said, how can I get to your office? So what is Shamir going to suggest here? Pierre doesn't know how to get to the office, so what's Shamir going to do?
I'll mail you a map next to Wednesday. No. Let me know where you are staying.
No, I agree with you the first time. I'll mail you a map, but you're on number 11, not number 12. You're on number 11. So I'll mail you a map and directions from your hotel in number 11. You're right.
Yes.
You jumped ahead to 12. That's what happened. Okay. And last one. I think who's next? I think Jason. I think you were next for Pierre.
Thanks. Okay. Blank next Wednesday at 10 p.m. 10 at 10.
At 10 o'clock, yeah. At 10, just at 10. I'll blank next Wednesday at 10. What's he going to do next Wednesday? He's finishing the phone call, so what's he going to do? What do you say when you hang up the phone, before you hang up?
I'll see you next Wednesday.
That's it. I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay? And then, Yuki, Shamir's last line.
I look forward to meeting you. Bye.
Okay. This was actually a review of a conversation that we had a long time ago, making arrangements. So I actually put this first, and I kind of forgot that we needed to do the key expressions first. So it's actually the wrong key expressions. It's the right review, but the wrong key expressions. So actually, it's a good review, but we should go to the main unit, because otherwise we're going to get things a little bit muddled here. Let me just take a look. I think we're gonna skip the next one and just go right back to the main unit. Let me just remind you, first of all, hang on just a second here. Quickly, let me just remind you of some of the key expressions, because actually the review is not exactly what I wanted to do now that I look at it. One moment, please. We're on, okay, hang on just a second. We're on Unit 2, so 1 second while I just open the PDF on my side. 1 second, please. Here we go. This is business communication. Okay, so some of the key expressions that we looked at. Hold on just a second. Do I have the right one? Oh, no, I don't. I have the wrong unit. Sorry. Wrong unit. Give me just a second here. I got to open a different PDF. I opened the wrong level, actually. Right unit, wrong level. Okay, yeah. So, let's go here. Don't you, now we started with B. By the way, I think what we're gonna have to do here, this is gonna be confusing. So what we're gonna have to do here is just read through the conversation and look at the key expressions first, then talk about what each speaker could say to make the conversation more successful. Then we're going to move on and try to use some of these techniques that we've talked about in the previous class. I think that's going to be the plan. All right. So the only question is, why is conversation 4? Okay, yeah. So let's do this. Let's read through the conversation. Yesterday you listened to conversation 1, but you didn't actually, yesterday you listened to conversation 1 and 4, but I want to look at them a little bit closer up, okay? So maybe we can have Giuseppe and Leo haven't had a chance to read. Maybe I can have you do Harry and Alessandro, okay? And then maybe maybe Abraham and Jason, you can quickly read Adam and Adriana. This is just to remind you of something you've listened to. Then we're going to look at the key expressions a second time and try this out as a speaking activity on our own. Okay, so Giuseppe, why don't you read Harry? And Leo, why don't you read Alessandro? And we're going to talk about why the conversation was successful or not successful. Okay?
Okay. Hello, I saw you sitting on my table at the dinner, but I didn't have a chance to speak to you. I'm Harry.
Hi, I am Alessandro.
Who did you come with? Is this your first company event?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you have a great weekend. Have you seen the program?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, it looks very entertaining. I think there are some left at the information desk. Are you here with colleagues?
No.
Well, you'll soon get to know people. So, would you like another drink?
No, I am fine, thanks.
Well, it's been nice talking to you. Alessandro, you don't mind if I go and get myself a coffee? See you later.
And that's the end of that. So Leo, would you say this was a successful conversation if you're trying to make small talk with someone? Do you think this is a successful conversation?
No, I don't think so.
Obviously not. Okay. What? Think about, I don't know if you were in the other class, Leo, but earlier we talked about, and here they are on slide 4. We had 10 tips that we could use to make conversations more successful. Okay, you can read through these a little bit on your own. I don't think you were in that class, but you can read through them now. Giuseppe, you were in the class. What are some things that you tried, you as Harry, what are some things you tried to get the conversation going? And which tips do you think that they were related to, in general?
Well, I could have been avoiding yes/no questions and make the conversation more fluently.
Okay, so that's tip number 6, right?
Yeah.
So instead of asking avoid yes/no questions, ask open questions. That's something that you could have done to make the conversation flow better. Okay, I agree with that, absolutely. That's why the conversation failed. But Harry didn't do everything badly. He did make an attempt. So what are some tips that he did use? What did he do to make the conversation work? For example, did he use a tagline? Look at tip number 1. Did he use a tagline?
Yeah, he used it.
He did. He
He
did.
did, yes, he did.
I can think of 3 other tips that he used to try to make the conversation successful. Can you think of the 3 other tips? Can you find 3 others that he used?
Well, he introduced, for example, open topics.
Which one is that?
For example, open topics related to the program or relating to the event.
Open topics, but that's no problem. But which tip are you referring to? Back to number 6 or a different one?
Back to number 5.
To number 5. Oh, I see. Keep the conversation by not monopolizing the conversation. Ask a question and listen to your colleague's reply. Then respond with comments from your own personal experience. Well, the only thing about that is that he didn't really respond with his own personal experience. I mean, he couldn't really. He didn't have a choice. But look at tip number 3. Leo, could you read tip number 3 for us?
Yes, please wait. Tip number 3.
Yeah, can you see it? Can you see it on screen?
I can see. Break the ice with a comment about a current news story or a remark about the event you are at. Its location and the weather.
That's right. So, did Harry do that in the conversation between Alessandro? What do you think? Take a look at the conversation you just had. Is that something that Harry tried to do? Did he try to break the ice, Leo? What do you think? Yes or no, Leo? From what you read, do you think he tried to break the ice?
Yes, he asked about have you seen the program?
Have you seen the program? That's right. Yeah, he did. That's it. It looks. And then he, he kind of does follow it up with a personal response actually, because he says, "Oh, it looks very entertaining," right? So yeah, he does. So he does tip number 3 as well. Okay, let's try one last one here. Okay, and I'll open this up to the whole class. So we've identified tip number 1, which is tagline. We've identified avoiding tip number 6, avoiding those yes/no questions, something he could have done. We've identified tip number 3, breaking the ice, about a current news story or a remark about the actual event, about the program. Okay, that's fine. I can see 2 other tips that he probably used. So as a class, can you find the 2 other tips that he seems to be using? Can anyone find another one?
Number 2, maybe.
The number 10.
Number 10 for sure. Giuseppe, why number 10? I agree. Why number 10?
Because at the end of the conversation, he said it was nice. Actually, he said it's been nice talking to you.
It's been nice talking to you, Alessandro. If you don't mind, if you go,
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. And so for number 10, if you've enjoyed talking with your colleague, tell them, right? So he tries to leave on a positive final impression. That's true. Okay? And maybe even number 9 as well. Remember your exit strategy. Have some phrases ready for your exit strategy. And so his exit strategy was, you don't mind if I go. You don't mind if. That's kind of his exit strategy phrase. Okay. Let's do the same thing here. This time it's going to be Jason and Abraham. Jason, you read Adam. Abraham, you read Adriana. And let's do the same kind of quick analysis on the second conversation. It's really short. Go ahead, Jason.
Okay. Good evening, Adriana. I thought I might see you. Back for another company event?
Listen to me on this one, Jason. I thought I might see you. He's surprised, right? I thought I might see you.
I thought I might see you. Back for another company event.
Oh, Adam, how lovely to see you here. I heard you weren't coming.
Really? Who told you?
I can't remember, but anyway, how are things?
Oh, Adriana, where should I begin? I injured my leg in January in a skiing accident. The doctor told me to take it easy, but how could I rest with my job? Then
Okay, and we cut it off there. What's Adam doing, Jason, at the end? What's he doing that he shouldn't be doing? If you go back to our tips, what's he doing that he shouldn't be doing based on our 10 tips?
he should leave the conversation in a polite way, but he didn't.
Yeah, so he's not being very polite. And there's one more tip one more piece of advice that he's not following.
Yeah. He talked about his private life instead of talking about common topics like sports or.
Absolutely. So maybe in fact, if you look at tip number 8, it says share information about yourself, but keep it positive.
Yeah.
So if you're going to use private information or whatever, don't complain. It just doesn't really work. It's you don't know if people want to hear that information. They're not close personal friends because you're just making small talk. So these are work colleagues, right? Okay, I agree. I want you to actually read that again. But this time, I want you to switch places. That means, Abraham, you're going to read Adam. Adriana, you're going to be read by Jason. But this time, I want you to put the intonation back into the dialogue. Because think about what's happening. There's a bit of surprise. And at the very end, Adam starts to say negative things. But your intonation can't be flat. It's got to express surprise. So, for example, Adrian says, "Oh, I thought I might see you." You know how your voice goes up when you're surprised, right? So I want you to put a little bit of effort into your acting skills this time. But let's switch roles. I'll give you a chance to read the other part. So this time you start off, Abraham. Your best acting skills. Are you ready?
Yes, I will
Here
try
we go.
this.
Go for it.
Good evening, Adriana. I thought I might see you.
I thought I might see you. Oh, I'm so surprised. My voice is up in the air because I'm so surprised. Oh, my goodness. Try again.
I thought I might see you. Back for another company event.
Wait a second. That's a question. You got to go up at the end. Back for another company event. Try again.
Back for another company event.
Event. Going up at the end. Event.
Event.
There you go. Jason?
Oh, Adam.
No. Oh, Adam! I'm so surprised!
Okay. Oh, Adam. How lovely to see you here. I heard you weren't coming.
Excellent.
Really? Who told you?
Really? You've got to do the Scooby-Doo voice, you know? Really?
Really? Who told you?
I can't remember. But anyway, how are things?
Okay. Now you're starting to complain, right? So your voice has to change. Now you get really negative.
Okay. Oh, Adriana, where should I begin? I injured my leg in January in a skiing accident. Skiing. Okay. The doctor told me to take it easy. But how could I rest with my job? Then
Yeah. Oh, Adriana, where should I begin? So, okay. Did Adam do anything right? We know what he did wrong, which is tip number 8. Describing personal problems. But did Adam do anything right? Did Adriana do anything right? If you think back to her tips, did they do anything did they try to make the conversation successful in any way?
Adam mentioned Adriana's name in his first question.
There you go. There you go. What tip was that? It's tip number 2, right?
Yes.
There you go. So mention your colleague's name. Okay, personalizing it. That's good. Okay, anything else?
He asked the open question. Number 6.
Number 6, asking open questions. Very good. Actually, what did he actually say? He said, how are things, right? Also, notice that there's something else here. Notice this. Adam says, who told you? Now, maybe that's putting someone on the spot. That could be negative, right? Because, oh, I heard you weren't coming. Well, that's a negative thing. Oh, really? Who told you? Adam, wants to know the gossip. Adriana tries to change the subject. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, how are things? She's trying to change the subject here. So I don't know if that's really one of our tips, but it's actually kind of a good idea to kind of avoid, what tip was that, if I could go back? Avoiding negatives. That was, I don't even know where it was.
Number 8.
Number 8, yeah, it's not really personal information, but yeah, keeping things positive. Absolutely. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take one of these conversations and I want you to have it, but this time I want you to put into practice the good tips and avoid the bad ones, the ones that we said that we shouldn't do. All right? So I want 2 volunteers to be Harry and Alessandro, and what I want you to do is when you get to a negative, I want you to turn it into a positive. All right? So who wants to give it a try? You're going to read the conversation, but for example, when Alessandro answers a yes or no question with yes or no, you have to figure out what you could do to keep the conversation going. Let's try to rewrite that first conversation using our imagination. Who wants to give it a try?
I'll try, maybe.
Good. Yuki, you need a partner. Who wants to be his partner? Ahmed, would you like to be his partner?
I would like to, but I don't know what lines I should avoid.
Okay. Let's take a quick look.
Okay.
Look at 2 things we mentioned in particular. Tip number 6, which is ask open questions which require more than one word answer. If your colleague asks a yes and no question, give some extra information. That's one thing that Alessandro didn't do. He doesn't give extra information, he just says yes and no. So that's one thing we might want to put into practice. And also tip number 8, share the personal information has to be positive. Okay, that's not really for this one actually. Tip number 7, phrases like and really can be used to indicate that you're listening. If you've got nothing to say, at least sound like you're interested is another tip. So there's really no right and wrong. It's kind of common sense. But these tips give us a kind of a structure or framework to help us think about how to make small talk. All right? So let's just give it a try and see how it goes. The rest of you, use those 10 tips to decide if the conversation was more successful when they do it. Okay? So we're going to be the judges, and Yuki, you and Ahmed, you begin. Yuki, why don't you read Harry? Is that okay? And Ahmed, you read Alessandro?
Okay.
So let's give it a try.
Hello, I saw you sitting on the table at dinner, but I didn't have a chance to speak to you. I'm Yuki. I'm Harry.
Wait a second, Yuki. You can put tip number 1 into practice here. Remember the tagline?
Tagline. Okay. So I'm Harry. I'm from Japan. I'm Yuki. I'm Yuki. I'm from Japan.
Sorry. Hi,
Yuki,
I am Ahmed
wait,
from Saudi
are you
Arabia.
Yuki? Are you Harry? Wait, Yuki, we don't know if you're Yuki or you're Harry. Hi, I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. So Yuki,
Harry
are
is
you
better. Yeah?
you're
I'm
Harry? Okay,
Harry. I'm from California.
okay, I'm Harry from California. One line, tagline. I'm Harry from California.
Hi,
Repeat.
Ryuki, repeat.
Repeat.
I'm Harry. I'm from California.
Yeah,
Nice.
but cut out the I'm, because it's not a tagline if you make two sentences. So put it together. I'm Harry from.
I'm Harry from California.
Perfect.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, this is Ahmed from Saudi Arabia.
I
Alessandro, sorry.
thought you were Alessandro from.
Alessandro is the name of man or woman?
This is a man.
A man, okay, Alessandro then. Hi, I'm Alessandro from Mexico.
Ah, interesting.
Oh, from Mexico. I heard that Mexico is very good place to live. I'm very glad to see you here. I'm very glad to get acquainted with you here.
You can say this. I'm very glad to make your acquaintance.
I'm glad to make you acquaintance.
Okay. Just a question here, John, please. Shall we follow the conversation as it is?
It's entirely. I was going to suggest that you try to follow it,
Yeah.
but if you can use your imagination to improve the conversation, that's fine too.
Mhm.
All I want to say is that you can take a few tips and put them into practice. But yeah, if you can follow it, it's fine. Sure.
Yeah, I see. Because for me, once Yuki, for example, that changed the conversation, I can't follow because I have to reply.
Okay,
afterwards, when he back to the conversation,
I
I
heard
can
that.
follow the lines. Yeah, that's why.
I heard that the climate of California is California. Where are you from? Sorry.
Mexico.
Mexico. I heard the climate of Mexico is very good. It's warm and what do you think about the climate here?
Well, I think it is quite chilly. By the way, have you been to Mexico?
No, I haven't been in Mexico before, but it is my dream to visit there for sometimes in the future.
Yeah, I would love to take you to a sightseeing one day.
You could say this. I'd love to show you around.
Okay, I would. I love to show you around.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
Okay, one of you needs an exit strategy. You can't do this all day.
Okay, just back to the conversation, Yuki.
One of you needs an exit strategy. Don't forget, we had our last tip. This one, number 10. If you've enjoyed talking with your colleague, you tell them so. Leave with a positive final impression. And number 9, remember your exit strategy. Have some phrases ready for excusing yourself politely. Either one of you could do this, but you've got some expressions there. Okay?
Well, it'd be nice talking to you. Oh, my husband is calling me now.
Your husband.
I have to leave you now. I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
It's been very nice talking to you.
Ari, waiting for your husband.
Wait a second. Yuki, which character are you?
Yeah?
Wait, which character are you? I'm getting confused.
I'm not a woman.
Well, Harry's not a woman.
I think Harry is a woman. No, Harry is man. Oh, my wife is calling me.
There you go.
I should leave you. You don't mind? Don't you mind if I go? And see you later. talk with you later.
How about this one, Yuki? If you don't mind, instead of you don't mind if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, I'll go and maybe talk. Can we talk later? Can we talk later?
Yes, of course. I hope to see you soon.
And your husband.
And your wife.
It will be better.
Okay, very good. So that's the idea. Let me see. Maybe I can give Jason and Leo a chance as well. This time we're going to pick conversation 4, and you're going to try to improve it as well. Remember, you've got to get an exit strategy, and you've got to try to fix the problems you saw in the conversation. You have to use your imagination. There's no right or wrong. You can stick to the conversation, or you can change it. Either way. All right? Leo, can I ask you to read the part of Adam?
Okay.
All right. Jason, you're Adriana, or you're Adrienne. If you want to be a man, you can be Adrian. It's up to you. And like I said, you got to fix the problems that we've identified. So there you have to use your imagination a little bit. And one of you has to have an exit strategy at some point. So think about tips 9 and 10 when you're ending the conversation. Okay? It's a quick conversation. Are you ready, Leo?
Yes.
Are you ready, Jason?
Yes.
All right. Go for it, Leo. Start us off.
Okay. Good evening, Adriana. I thought I might see you back for another company event.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back for another company event. It's nice to see you. I didn't know you're coming today.
So now you have to improvise a little, Leo. He said, I didn't know you were coming. What can you say? Remember, try to get away from yes-no answers or short answers. Try to give him a little more information, and then you'll keep the conversation flowing.
Oh. Why not? Because this is a important event of our company. I think it will be nice to be here.
Perfect.
What do you think?
Very good. Perfect.
Yes.
Jason, agree enthusiastically. He said, what do you think? Agree enthusiastically.
Can you repeat the phrase? Because I didn't. Yeah.
Leo, say that again. I don't think he heard the whole thing. Repeat that again.
I think it will be nice to be here. What do you think?
Yes. It's nice to be. It's nice to be here. Can meet many people from the company. Many people from the company are gathering.
Gathered together. Gathered.
Gathered together.
It's a nice chance to do what, Jason? It's a nice chance
to exchange information, to know each other better.
Yeah. That's it.
And what do you think of, no, it's not gossip. Who did you meet until now?
Sorry, what's your question again?
No. Did you make interesting? Did you meet interesting person and
people?
Did you meet interesting people today?
Absolutely. I meet many colleagues and interesting people like you in the event. It's
what
really,
a compliment.
It's really nice. Yeah.
What a
Oh,
compliment, Jason. What a compliment.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for this compliment. You are nice to talk. It's nice to talk with you also.
Good. Good response. Oh, thanks so much. It's nice to hear that. Nice to talk to you as well. Very good. Very good. Okay, one of you needs an exit strategy.
oh, Adriana. Uh, how about we have lunch after the event? I will call you after the event at about lunchtime.
Yeah, of course. I'll let you know my number and and we will do.
We will do?
Yeah,
We will do?
we will do. We will go in. We will go for lunch.
Okay, how about this? I'll give you my number and we'll meet up later. A good expression is to meet up. To meet up is a casual meeting. Meet and meet up are a little different. And
Yes.
okay, and another thing you can say, Leo, is let's do lunch.
Let's do lunch.
Yeah, let's do lunch. That means that the lunch is not just having food, it means it's a social event.
Oh.
Let's do lunch. Let's do lunch sometime. So let's try to do that ending again. You're going to work on the expression do lunch, and Jason, you know what you have to say as well. Let's try just the exit strategy part. Ready?
Okay. Adriana, let's do lunch after the event. How about I call you at lunchtime?
Yeah, of course. It's all right. I'll let you my number and we will meet up for lunch.
Sounds great. That's it. So let's do lunch. Let's meet up. You could say let's do lunch sometime. It doesn't have to be right now, right? Because it's just an exit strategy. Maybe you don't ever want to see the person again. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have a polite way to end the conversation. Okay. So Yuki and Abraham, I've got a different task for you just to finish up the class.
Okay.
You're going to work with the partner, the two of you. Not Yuki, I'm sorry. Yuki, you were just doing this with Ahmed. I meant to say Giuseppe. Giuseppe and Abraham. You didn't have a chance yet. So Giuseppe and Abraham, you're going to have a conversation. You're going to try to keep the conversation going as long as you can. You can discuss any of these topics you like. You've got some suggestions there: hobbies, education, sport, TV, vacation, other people, work, news, family, an interesting fact, enjoyable excursion, and food. Any of those are okay, right? But you're going to try to keep the conversation going as long as you can by using some of those key expressions. Really, it's using the strategies that we've talked about, right? Open questions, keeping things positive, including the other person by, passing the ball back to the other person and asking their opinion. Don't forget starting with a tag, with a tagline. Don't forget personalizing your conversation by mentioning names. Okay? So we just need a little bit of reality here. Where might the two of you meet? What might the situation be?
I don't know. At a party.
At a party?
Party?
All right, sounds good. That might happen. You never know.
Yeah, but at a party is better meeting a girl, but unfortunately we have no girl over here.
It might be sometimes on a flight or something as well. You might start conversation.
Oh, Ahmed's got a brilliant idea. If you're on a flight, you can't really end the conversation.
Yes.
The conversation only ends when you land or the plane crashes or something. So you have to just keep going and going and going and going. Sounds pretty good.
What about
So,
in a queue waiting for I don't know, for someone?
okay, maybe. I like the flight. I like the flight better because you're sitting next to each other, and wow, that could get really annoying really quickly. Wow, let's see what happens. Okay, how about that? You're flying somewhere. The two of you are flying. You're sitting next to each other, and you're dying of boredom. And Giuseppe says to Abraham, "What? What do you say to get the conversation started?"
Hello. This sitting place is busy or free?
Can you repeat please this?
You got to say seat, Giuseppe.
Seat.
Is the seat? Yeah.
I was thinking about that. The city is already booked. It's obviously.
There's a place for you. But ask the question again. Just say seat instead of sitting place. Seat.
Okay. Hello. Is this seat free or busy behind you?
Is the seat,
besides the
free or occupied?
Occupied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you can say occupied because someone will be sitting there physically. If it was something else, you might say busy, like the phone can be busy. But a seat can be occupied because someone will physically be there. So is this seat free or is it occupied? Is this seat free or is it taken? Okay?
Okay. Hello. Is this seat occupied or free?
Yes, of course, it's a free seat. You
So-
can sit there. By the way, I am Abraham from Hungary. And you?
Oh, good tagline.
You're Abraham. Where do you come from?
Wait a second, Giuseppe. Instead of asking a question, to get people to repeat in a social situation, just say the last word that you heard. It forces them to repeat without having to ask them. So just say the last thing you heard.
Abraham.
Yeah, that's it. So Abraham, and your voice goes up, and he knows he's got to repeat. Oh, you're Abraham from?
From Hungary.
Oh. From, sorry.
From Hungary. It's in the East Europe, next to Romania and Romania, I guess.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. It's in Europe, right?
Yes, yes. And where do you came from?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Italy, and by the way, I'm Giuseppe.
Ah, Italy. It's a nice place. I was there in next year with my family.
Next year or last year?
Last year. Sorry.
Last year, okay.
Last year.
Oh, really?
Showing interest. Good job, Giuseppe. Really?
Yes, we were in Rome, and we visited the Colosseum. Maybe it's in Rome.
Now, at this point, Abraham, you can give an opinion about what you saw, and then ask him an open question about whether or not he agrees. So, for example, you say what you thought of Rome or what you thought of the Colosseum, and then you can ask him an open question. Open questions, one good way to ask them are to use what I call the TED questions. In the speaking skills class yesterday, I mentioned TED questions. Tell me, explain, or describe. You don't say, tell me, because that's in order. You say, could you tell me? Can you tell me?
Mhm.
You could also say in another way. You can also say, what do you think about? It's okay too. But let me give you an example. Oh, I saw the Colosseum. It was really bigger than I expected. Um, uh, how would you describe the Colosseum, for someone who hadn't been there? For me, it was really grandiose, bigger than expected. I can't believe it was made in 3,000 years ago, you know? So I'm saying you could do that, or you could ask just an open question with who, what, when, where, or how to get him to respond. Okay, so why don't you give your opinion about what you saw first, and then turn it over to Giuseppe.
Okay. So we visited the Colosseum. It was really crowded. Is it always like this in the summers? It's a bad question, not an open question. Okay, sorry.
But you can change it to an open question easily. Just start with who, when, what, where, how, why. Just start with a WH word, and it becomes an open question.
Okay, so what do you think about the Colosseum?
Fine. That's fine. You can also say, how crowded is it usually? It was so crowded when we were there. How crowded is it usually? Maybe Giuseppe, he's not from Rome, but maybe he knows. I don't know.
So how crowded is it usually, Giuseppe?
Well, the Colosseum in Rome is one of the most famous ancient architecture, and most of the time is very crowded of people. So, especially tourists from all over the world.
Even hungry.
Even hungry.
Yeah. So what can you say to keep the conversation going? We've got a minute left here. So one more thing, one more topic or change or question, and then one of you has to have an exit strategy, okay?
Okay. Did you enjoy the food? The food is really amazing in Italy.
Yes, it was a great food.
You sound really enthusiastic. Yes, it was great.
Yes,
I
it
love
was great food.
Yeah, it was amazing. Wow.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned it. I am hungry now. I will order something. We will talk later.
I see.
I think he's getting rid of you, Giuseppe.
I see. But my phone is ringing. My wife is calling. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you later.
I'll see you.
On a flight? Your wife is calling.
At least it wasn't Harriet's husband calling. It was just Giuseppe's wife. All right. So there you go. We got a little bit of practice with some of the key expressions and some of the strategies. I think the strategies are good because they give you a way to think about, they give you a way to organize your thoughts, basically. So if you can remember how the strategies relate to certain key expressions that we've used, like, oh, if you don't mind, I'm just going to step out for a minute. I mean, if you have your expression ready to go, you can use it in your exit strategy, things like that. We're going to come back to this later in the unit next week because we're going to do a case study where you have to socialize and you'll get another chance to use these expressions in a realistic way. The next thing, we're going to stop now, but the next thing we're going to do, what is today? Today is Wednesday or Thursday? I already forgot. I don't know what day it is. Today is Thursday. Oh, okay. So on Monday, we're going to do the next part, which is practically speaking. We're going to apply this to a practical situation and look at some particular language we might use. And then we'll move on to a revision of question forms, things that might come up when you're socializing using a variety of questions. Okay? I've got a homework based on these key expressions, which I will send you, not a review, the actual homework for this section. and I'll be back tomorrow for 2 hours starting at 10 GMT, Hot Topics. I don't know what the hot topic is going to be yet, but if you have a suggestion, send it to me, and I'll see if I can put it together for tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.